I'm really glad you thought my pronunciation was good. I've seen some like sort of mixed opinions on it, but what's actually interesting about the Japanese is that you may have noticed in the credits that I had the wonderful privilege of working, well, while indirectly, working with Rindo Mikoto senpai, who helped. So Kotoka did the translation, Onigiri provided the English script, and then Kotoka translated into Japanese, and then Kotoka went the extra mile, got in touch with Mikoto senpai, and asked her if she could make a further translation to make the dialogue and the language even closer to Sengoku period dialect, and that's what you hear. So if the Japanese sounds a little different from something you might speak if you are Japanese, then that's why. It's a lot closer to a historical dialect. So this is a historically accurate film, actually, which is pretty swag. Where's my man Onigiri? Well, as you may or may not be aware, even though Onigiri is not featured on this outfit, that's because at the time that I was wearing this regalia, I hadn't met Onigiri yet. However, in this background, he's right over there. Look, he's right over there next to Baba. So we haven't lost Onigiri. He's still very much present and very thankfully a big help to me in the whole story writing department. So the story and the concept for the short film that you saw yesterday was my idea, but Onigiri was the one who wrote the screenplay and the dialogue. So he's been cracking out his pen again, and he's been doing his best to figure out sort of like more of his passions, and he has a big passion for the written word, and he's been really helpful to me in that respect. Where he said, "Oi there." I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun relearning Japanese for the well, I didn't really relearn it, but I relearned a lot I learned a lot of pronunciations. So I should talk a little bit about talk a little bit about the behind the scenes on that. So obviously, because I haven't gotten around to killing any Japanese people recently, I have lost all my memory of the language. And so I needed some help to learn how to pronunciate it. And I wasn't really in the mood to go out and find someone to kill. And so I just had Sunny teach me. So we had the three of us, four of us, sorry. We had me, Shu, Sunny, and Kotoka. And those three, God, my head. And those three and I got into a call, and we decided. And so I directed them. I sort of gave them a lot of input into how they should read their lines, and they did really well. Sunny has a ton of experience voice acting, but even Shu, who from what I know does not have a lot of experience voice acting, really knocked it out of the park. And Kotoka did a fantastic job as well. What's really funny is that in the script for that scene, those three bandits were essentially nameless. We gave them placeholder names. Their names were Tom, Bert, and Bill, named after the three trolls from The Hobbit, which Onigiri thought was quite humorous, and I had to agree. So during that experience, we sat down and we recorded everyone's lines all at once. And then when it came to my Japanese part, I essentially asked them, okay, guys, can you walk me through the pronunciation? And they did a really good job. It was a lot of me reading Romanized hiragana and trying my best to figure out, like, I was stuttering and I was stammering over the words. And then I eventually we did fine. Eventually I reached the end of it, and it was and it went okay. It went okay. I think I probably could have done a little bit better with my pronunciation, but given the time we had, I think it was good enough. The pronunciation of some words was a lot more fun. Than others. Some of it was really difficult. I'm thinking about when I first showed the draft. So my lore video, Blood and Snow, I showed the draft for that to Ike and Reimu, and I was like, "What do you think, guys?" And I thought it was really good. But one thing they kept commenting on was like Shu and his voice acting, and how in his character he was, what is it? He had a very impolite, brash Japanese dialect, you know, and they thought it sounded so weird for Shu because Shu normally speaks in very polite Japanese. And to me, this is like completely foreign to me because I do not speak Japanese at all. And so they kept to bring it up. It's like, I still can't believe that Shu said "neo." And I don't know what that means. I literally don't know what that means. I keep thinking about the way he pronounced it though. Motto motto kureinda. Like, I don't know what that means, but it sounds like rude.
Another thing I really like is like the kind of trill that Kotoka has in her voice. She's like, I don't know. I remember the little koi, the little koi actually like peaked to the mic really bad. So when I was doing the mixing for it, I needed to like get in a little audio envelope and like lower the volume of that one little bit because it just completely blew out everything else. A little blob of steak and salad pieces just smacked into the tinfoil. Mogu mogu. No.